Everyone, Long here, and before we begin, I just want to say thank you to Ubisoft for providing me with access to the 2024 Ultimate Edition. The access, so this edition comes with not just the main game, but 13 months of JD Plus access. So, in addition to the songs included in the game, I'll also be able to experience songs that are part of the JD Plus catalog. So yeah, but which I'll cover in later videos. But yeah, let's go ahead and begin. So Just Dance 2024 edition was created collaboratively within Ubisoft's many studios, including the lead studio Paris, Mumbai, Shanghai, Bucharest, Kiev, and Pune. But feel free to for those of you coming in from 2023, 2024 is a continuation of the previous year, where all songs and JD content is expected to be not expected, but is now united under one ecosystem, now known officially as Just Dance. If 2024 is your launchpad into the universe, then you'll be welcomed with open arms by the community from the previous year, along with other Just Dancers like yourself. 2024, like 2023, comes with its own set of songs for you to enjoy. You can dance along to songs such as Canned Heat by Jamiroquai, Gimme More by Britney Spears, Butter by BTS, and I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. There are many others like you see here. Some of the music included in this track list includes contributions from Ubisoft Music, such as A Night in the Chateau de Versailles by the Just Dance Orchestra. This was a really creatively good one here, as it captures some feel of what it's like to be in Versailles, I think. Anyway, I've not been to Versailles before. I regret not having enough time to go to visit Versailles, my last visit to Paris, but my hope is that I'll get to go check it out next time. The next song is After Party by Banks and Rinks, featuring Zach Roya. So this song is, to me, the song feels like another anthem from Just Dance, and by definition of anthem, I mean songs such as All You Gotta Do, Sugar Dance, and Paka Paka. That's just how I see it anyway. But it involves songs that have some form of Just Dance, and so that's just what I think. And then of course in the 2023 edition, If You Want to Party, like that one. So and last but not least, the third song contributed by Ubisoft Music is Swan Lake, which is a part of an overarching story playlist, which I highly recommend you playing first. It's called is the Dance with the Swan playlist. Now, Dance with the Swan is a continuation of the tradition that's started in 2023, the addition of story mode. Which actually brings you, the dancer, into the dance verses, previously you took on the role of Sarah, you danced along with Sarah, who got pulled in by who got introduced by Wanderlust into the dance verses, and through that you had a really you went on an adventure through the power of song in selected songs where it wasn't where maps weren't just crafted um, where choreography and the maps were just crafted around the song, but also crafted to fit a threading narrative from the start all the way throughout Just Dance. So it started off in 2023, and now it's finally making its way into 2024. So if you haven't really if you have not tried out 2023 story mode, wouldn't be a bad idea to check it out as well. Four's story playlist also includes the Swan Lake song, along with many other songs that you see here on this list. Again, try it out. I can't speak about it any further, except I think you're gonna love what's been presented. I tried it out myself, and I really enjoyed how it came out. But I'm not gonna say anything further than that. So let's talk about what's new in 2023. So there is the workout mode and then the challenge mode. The great thing about with Just Dance being a new, a whole different ecosystem now, is that these two modes are now available in both 2023 and 2024. I think towards the end of 2023, we actually got to try out these modes before the release of 2024 edition. So anytime you wanted to, you can access these modes. Workout mode is actually accessed by a simple press of the button, and when you press that button, you get back the calorie counter, which tracks where calories are burned are tracked by, I believe, our movements from within the controller, which can be your Joy-Con or your phone, depending on what system that you're on. So the great thing about workout mode is that this is a mode that got brought back since that has now returned since its last appearance in 2022. That is, you turn on the mode, and then you track the number of calories that you burn on a song, and throughout your current play session, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's really it's great to have this back as a motivator for dancing, and just having the sensation that the feeling that you are doing something healthy in your time in Just Dance. The other mode is challenge mode. So challenge mode to me is kind of a throwback to to a past mode known as first, I think it's called battle mode or verse. Yeah, I think it is battle mode. So last time I played that was in 2014. I'll put up a separate video for that. Now, this mode has existed in many other forms. So in previous games, you had the World Dance Floor mode, which we'll talk about as well. But we got to play different sides, and we got to challenge each other for the best score. So in this case, this is more of like a miniaturized version of that mode, and where all you have to do is pick out a song, and then just issue a challenge to the challenge mode challenge button, and then you'll get matched with a random player whose score that you now have to take on. So it plays about the same as just starting a group, except you're not doing it with friends. You're actually dancing with a complete random dancer, and then you're fighting for the top spot on the leaderboards. I think in concept it's really cool, and I think the execution works pretty reasonably well. I personally felt outmatched every time. Plus, I am a very terrible, switch scorer. So I don't dance. I don't score particularly well with controllers. But thankfully, there is confirmation from the fairy Dina that camera tracking is coming back in a later edition. And so like yeah, so if you are indeed a if you are indeed a Switch expert, you know, you're a controller expert, this is your time to beat me down. Otherwise, I am coming for you. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Let's talk about the things that actually work really well. The song catalog itself. So you saw the, so I showed you the previously the song, the complete song list. The songs themselves are actually very varied and contains just about a lot of what is a lot for just about any like demographic of dancer. I think so. But of course, I'm just one person. Yeah, I'm just one guy making this kind of opinion from me doing the dance to these songs. But I did play a bunch of different songs with other people. Everyone seemed to be very enthused about it. Everyone had like different tastes in songs. Some liked, some didn't like so much. But I gotta say, like, there's plenty of songs for people to enjoy in in the base game itself. But of course, like, if that's not enough for you, there is also the Just Dance Plus subscription that people can sign up for. Now, as I stated in the beginning of the video, I have the Ultimate Edition of Just Dance, so I get to enjoy, Just Dance Plus for the next 13 months from now. And and I'm gonna take a lot of joy in just being able to play what comes up next. And the great thing about that catalog is that catalog is still growing. It's definitely not the same as before from the games Just Dance 22 and before them, where there was a separate catalog of songs. So that is still different from Just Dance Plus. So that means like whatever was in Unlimited before may not necessarily be in Just Dance Plus. And many of us do suspect it's due to licensing issues, but that's as far as we know. Maybe there are some others who might say differently, but I'm just going to go ahead and share it from my own perspective. So now let's talk about multiplayer. When it works, multiplayer is a lot of fun. We have danced in full lobbies. I joined a friend's stream, and we had a blast, playing many different songs together. It was really cool. I think, for the most part, we survived. The group survived about 2 or 3 songs before, unfortunately, we started. Some of us started crashing out. I crashed out once. Some others weren't so lucky, and that's really unfortunate. But my hope is that. Just Dance keeps on working towards stabler multiplayer connections. It was really unfortunate and at times can be frustrating, but the multiplayer does work. One positive note: getting to dance to Little Siha's song as a group. We had a blast dancing to it. We couldn't have been any happier than our little Clementine to getting the spotlight that she deserved after so many years. I had a blast, and you really do have to play this song for yourself. Many of us already have, and I hope that you do the same. Absolutely well deserved. The lyrics match her completely. The choreography was perfect for her. She was very well destined to be part of the dance versus. Well done. Props to you, Lil C. Going back to the song catalog selection itself, sometimes I do find that when picking out songs, and I've also seen this on other Twitch streams, there are times where we pick out something, make a menu selection, and then it won't respond. sometimes we may think that like the game froze and it's going to crash, but sometimes like we hang around long enough, like about 3 minutes from the button press, uh, the um, the game will eventually like recover. But then other times we will end up crashing hard, and then when we come back, we'll get the dreaded save file corrupted error. And I don't know what is going on with that. Maybe it's a case where the game tries to update on a game player's action. Like they do a selection, and then they have to. I suspect that there may be updating like to the servers or whatever. But whatever it is, it doesn't feel as though like the game keeps up well with menu inputs, and that is something that is unfortunate to see. But that is essentially like my observation. So I hope it gets addressed sooner than later. So now let's talk about the settings. So previously, when in Just Dance 2023, Just Dance touted very heavily their accessibility features. Many of us who follow the game closely did see that in a Spotlight article on accessibility, which I think is really a huge plus for Just Dance to tout. And a lot of these features can actually be found in the settings menu. You can do things such as you can actually turn off like certain alerts, certain sounds, certain UI elements. They also do a great job with presentation and just making the UI feel inviting and welcoming, without overwhelming them on elements that maybe don't matter to them so much, or maybe they do matter to a point where they just have to turn off those features. So I think that's to be applauded. Now, granted, the settings only work as well as just having to ensuring like the stability of the game, because in the moments where the save file corrupted error comes up, those settings do unfortunately get blown away, and then the dancer will have to like reset those settings, and because like the settings have been blown away. That's happened to me in in 2023, when I just complained very loudly about like how unstable the game was during the Beach Summer and Vampires season in 2023. Like every time I loaded up the game, my save file will get corrupted. I got angry about that, and I ended up quitting that season. It is very frustrating. And it also defeats the whole idea of accessibility. However, those settings, when the game does work, and like save file isn't getting corrupted again and again and again, it's actually like stable. The accessibility features are present; they're preserved, and it also like saves the dancer the anxiety that they would have to face having to set everything all over again, and so the accessibility they tout through the settings alone are actually very well deserve to be praised. In the other settings that I want to talk about are on the song filters themselves. There will be the great thing I love about the song filtering is that you can actually filter out things such as floor moves and anything else that might actually like overwhelm a dancer. Like if a casual may not necessarily want to take on something that's intense and have to roll on the floor. And so like what they can do is that they can filter out songs that include floor moves, and then they're presented with a whole set of options. Like a different set of songs that will suit that dancer's preferences, and that is pretty freaking amazing. Same goes with difficulty, and that's just something that and again, that's something to be celebrated, especially when touting something as huge as accessibility. Well done to Just Dance for that. The reason why I wasn't able to tell you like how much time I actually put into the game itself has everything to do with how progression was managed on the Ubisoft Connect side. So I originally said that I mentioned before that the leveling was a problem, but even more so, the amount of time that is reported by Ubisoft Connect is just way off. If as you can see here in my my screen, it shows that I played an hour and 28 minutes, which is actually not true. In fact, that's the amount of time I played today. But as you can see here, there's a major discrepancy, particularly with the amount of time I put into playlists. So between 2023 and 2024, I put in a total time of 15 hours into playlists. There is no way I could have, had played 15 hours of playlists straight on. That to me is quite insane, especially for myself who likes to take breaks in between. I am not really a marathon dancer. Plus, that'd be awesome if I could hit up 52 perfect moves within the span of the game, but of just this game. But but the progression itself is awfully borked here, and I don't know what to say about that. But while it's disappointing, in the grand scheme of things, when I think about it, it's more or less like a minor gripe in a game where the main objective of the game is to enjoy dancing to the songs presented, and do it with friends and then random people through the tools that are present in the game. That to me is actually important. I think moving forward, that is going to become the most important part of the game. Not just being able to enjoy it with yourself, but also enjoy it with other people. And as long as that works, I think progression can get worked out, ironed out. But also thinking about what progression will look like moving forward, I don't think a linear track would work quite so well, because now that it's gone from 2023 edition to Just Dance, there's really no other way to recognize players who started off on from 2023 or 2024, or say someone who has skipped 25 and then rejoins later in 26. So those are some things I would see being kind of a problem. But otherwise, I think for the most part, they got most of the progression right, just not those aspects. Overall thoughts. So I basically harped on, criticized, some of the progression elements, as well as multiplayer, and then really occasionally a non-performant menu, menu inputs. Does that make it a bad game? No. In fact, I think it's still a good game. I think eventually over time those issues can get ironed out, as long as Just Dance does the due diligence of prioritizing technical bug fixes, as well as keeping the content fresh. So as of right now, the current season of Celebration lasts until I think it's the middle of December, which is a month and a half out. plus maybe a week or so. My hope is that like with this kind of like schedule, I hope that they'll still get out bug fixes when they are able, when they need to, when they are become available, not necessarily waiting for the end of the season to get introduced. I think like overall, I think depending on how well they respond to like bugs such as these, I think that's going to like determine whether or not we are able to play comfortably and without having to continually gripe on Twitch or in private or on other streaming platforms or content creation platforms. But otherwise, I think the game is still worth buying, enjoying. So as of right now, Just Dance 2024 is $59.99. That's the regular edition. So that's just base game. There is also a demo edition, which is pretty dang cool. So there's so it allows you access to do 2 songs. I think they rotate, periodically. And then you have 2 other editions for each of the different platforms. There's Switch, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5. So the deluxe edition, when you buy that, it's $69.99, but it does come with like 4 months of Just Dance Plus, and then Ultimate Edition is $84.99, which is the edition that I was given by Ubisoft. It is $84.99 retail in US, and that includes the 13 months of JD Plus access. But that's all there is to it on this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw here, then please leave a like on the video and check out my other videos. I'll include a playlist of Just Dance videos, and I'll also make shorts around songs from the game. But if I missed something or if I got something wrong, I was off base on something, feel free to share it in the comments. But if you want to see more content, please consider subscribing to my channel, and then ringing the notification, ringing the bell. So, all right, thank you very much for watching. And by the way, if you haven't yet, if anything ever, if there's anything that really upsets you, just dance it out. I don't think there's anything to that. But yeah, feel free to dance it out. All right, let's go. Thanks again, everyone.